This trend has been going on for a while, and people point to a lot of different factors. But I think there's something more than economics involved here. I don't know. To be quite frank with you, something has gone wrong in my mind with society and household formation and going out on your own.
I think it's a little bit of decision-making on millennials themselves. I mean, taking on $100,000 in student loan debt, graduating with a degree in underwater basket weaving certainly doesn't bode for good job prospects. And then, as you mentioned, there are policy decisions at the local, state, and federal level that have made it harder to afford rent, find a job, and get on with their lives. So I think it's a little bit of both.
Although, Liz, I've looked at the data, and people with degrees, the kids with degrees, are out of the home more so than the ones who said, hey, I'm not going to go to college, and just hung around the house and never left.
Yeah.
But something to me, in other words, in the 1960s, remember the 60s, it was go-go, it was partying, you had the Professor Leary, people were taking LSD, and 62% though were married or cohabitated. Now it's 31%. Something has gone wrong with society that they're pushing back away from the notion of having a family.
I think all that's true, but it's hard to know which came first, right? Because, as you point out, for people without a high school education, without a college degree, this trend is much worse. So clearly it's an economic issue in part. And in the old days, and I think even now, you're not going to settle down and get married or live with someone if you don't have the ability to support yourselves, right? So, I mean,
I think people did that in the past, or am I romanticizing the idea?
You're romanticizing.
It really wasn't like, hey, you and I, we don't have anything together, but we'll conquer the world together. No?
I think there has been a breakdown of marriage as the core element in our lives. I think that is absolutely true. Fewer and fewer people getting married. But I think it's all caught up in a lot of different trends that are kind of coming together in this very bizarre outcome, which is that so many kids are living at home. I would say there might be one positive aspect of this, which is there's an awful lot of entrepreneurial spirit these days. Kids who want to start up a business, and the proverbial living in the home of their parents and working in the garage. A lot of kids are doing that, believe it or not, and trying to start up new apps and new businesses, internet businesses. So if there is a positive element, maybe some of it's that. But I think that's a minor thing.